Hola, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to
This Latina Needs Therapy too.
Welcome to episode number 9, and welcome to the month of November.
Crazy.
¿Cómo estás?
Good.
You feeling good?
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm chilling.
It's crazy. It's like going by like so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is already here.
Yep.
Thanksgiving.
I was just seeing this meme where it was like November is Christmas, 25th Thanksgiving, and then the next day it's like Christmas again.
Huh?
And I'm like, that's so fucking true, man. What are you most excited for the month of November?
November? I think the food.
The food? Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, me too. What was I gonna say? My mind is everywhere today, so cut me some slack. I didn't even do I barely put on makeup. I just kind of look presentable today because I was like, it's just a lot going on.
Right.
But I'm here, and I was like, I'm not going to let. Long story short, a lot of stuff is happening in my family and my personal life. Not necessarily super bad to the point where, like, you know, it's just life. It happens. Yeah. But I got up and I was like, I don't want to record today, but I know that this was going to help me feel better and kind of distract me in a way.
Right.
So I'm here.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. I know.
I know it's hard right now, but like I've told you, like, you know, we can't really control what happens to us. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, I'm here for you, and you know, you can always count on me for whatever. And you know, I feel your pain. I know what you're going through, and
not me about to cry and shit, but like,
it's okay, don't worry.
It's like, I don't know, it's just like I was telling Jackie, we actually went to go get a fucking hard drive because we just have so much shit going on the computer that we were like, we need something. But I was holding so much in yesterday because we got the news yesterday, so it was kind of like, today I woke up and I was like, whoa, did yesterday just really fucking happen? But like, it's life. I know it's bound to happen, but it's a big part of our family, so
right, I get it.
I know, I just have to feel the emotions and I have to go through what I have to go through. And that's the kind of mentality that I just went into like this entire year, honestly. Anything that happens to me, and we've talked about it too, and like anything that happens to you guys, like, just, it's out of your control. Like you said, you kind of just have to feel the emotions, and you have no other choice but to keep pushing. Like, that's literally the only thing. Like, you just have to get up and be like, okay, well, it happened. What can I do now moving forward to, you know, whatever, like, help me heal.
Cry if you need to.
Yeah. Feel angry.
Feel it.
Go to the fucking gym, exercise, like, do something that will keep your mind off stuff like that. And I guess a lot of the culture and society has made it seem like if something bad happens, push it to the side and keep moving forward. But that's not what it's about. It's go through the emotions, go through what you have to, like, punch shit, like, feel mad, feel sad, cry, and then, all right, now we got to get up and push forward, you know. But yeah, that's what's going on with me right now. But I'm excited for November. I'm excited for the podcast. I'm excited for the holidays.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the podcast is doing very, very good thanks to you guys and everybody who has been supporting us on TikTok, especially.
I can't believe it's gonna be like another, like, well, like this year, like, that it goes by, and like, you know, next year is gonna be 2 years
of the podcast. We have to do something, like a trip or something, like, for the 2-year anniversary.
Right.
And I also do want to say that we didn't get to do anything for Dia de los Muertos because we just got caught up in a lot of stuff. But you guys are listening to this on the 4th. So just to briefly touch base on it, we have an actual episode where we went through everything traditional-wise with the altar, everything, the meaning of everything. So if you guys want to go listen to that, it's last year, this time too.
Right.
So yeah. How was your Halloween?
It was great, actually.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't do anything, but, you know, I stayed home, watching movies, spending time with my boo, like, just enjoying our time while we can. And, you know, I don't know about you, but I feel like this year the Halloween was so weird.
I kind of felt it too, in a way.
I think it's because, like, kids were going out and about, and I'm like, wait,
you
know, like, wait, I thought we were like in this whole COVID crisis type of thing, you know.
Okay, so okay, I have nieces, and well, Yuppie has, technically they're mine, right? He has nephews that are like basically pandemic babies, like they're toddlers during the pandemic, right? So they don't really know what it's like to like trick or treat. So like this year it was kind of like all the kids that basically were born pre-pandemic were finally able to go out and trick or treat, but it was weird because everyone's like, do I get close to your house, do I stand back, like what is the process here? But I definitely felt it. Like on Sunday we didn't do anything either. We just went to my little brother's soccer game in the morning, and then in the afternoon we just stayed home and watched movies, and we actually went out to get Wingstop. And you know, we usually get it delivered, right? Yeah. But UB was like, let's just go get it so we can see like what's going People, on outside, right? And see their costumes. And it was so nice because we were driving down 4th Street. If you're from Long Beach, you know 4th Street. And there was like so many kids like in their little costumes, their little banana costumes. We saw like Pennywise, and I was just like, dude, like crazy. It's so weird to see people like trick-or-treating, but it was awesome. Like I love this Halloween, like seeing everybody's costumes. Everyone was like out of the box.
Everyone went out, like they were just like they went out of like the whole like typical Halloween costume. Like people were putting a little twist to like every little thing. Like,
they outdid themselves. I saw surprised. Some dope costumes, like, and I was just like, I think society's like coming out of this like, oh, like we're so scared to now it's kind of like, all right, we've learned to live with it, like let's just move forward. And now we're healing, right? So it's like it's an awkward phase, but I'm glad we're kind of getting the ball rolling, like, you know,
everything's going back to how it was
before. Slowly but surely. But I love that. Right. Lava una vez el fucking año y he decides to wash today.
No way. I'm dead.
Okay, sorry guys. But what were we saying? Oh no, I think we were just talking about the updates. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed our little series for Halloween. We have a lot more content coming, a lot more dope stuff. We already say it. You're probably tired of hearing this shit, but like trust me, like it was iconic.
Doing it. Yeah. We're actually doing it. We're putting ourselves out there. And by the way, we do have a Bratz video going up. It should go up
today.
Yeah.
Well, before you're listening to this. We just having little technical difficulties. But
if y'all know anything about computers, let us know.
Please help.
Because I don't know what we're doing wrong. No, I think we got it down now. I think the hardest part was just getting what we needed and trying to figure out and play around with the computer. Because now we're like, okay.
We have like a set.
Yeah.
Not that we were unorganized. It was just kind of like the computer was like back and forth. Like it was kind of getting like abused. And now it's like, okay, we're going to do this to it. Like just stick to it. But yeah. Anything else? I think that's it. No. I don't know. I don't want to talk about anything else. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Anyways, so for today's episode, I basically wanted to talk about adjusting to a new environment as a person with anxiety.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And I thought about this because a lot of life changes are happening to both of us, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I just haven't come across somebody who openly talks about this specific topic. And I always feel like I want to relate to other people so I don't feel by myself. But just to briefly go over it, by new environment, it could mean like a new job, a new social group, new friends, maybe going to like a new gym, a new yoga studio. Like I've had social anxiety in multiple like places, or I would say like scenes, like, and I don't know about you, but like I mostly notice it when I'm going to a new job.
No, I agree with you.
Like, oh my God, dude, like I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but like going to a new job, like that shit fucking, I can't sleep the night before. Like I'm waking up every hour checking the alarm because I think I'm gonna be late. Like I hate it. I hate it. And I know a lot of people out there who listen to us have probably gone through this, you know what I mean? And also like not recently, but especially coming out of the pandemic, I feel like the pandemic has people that that already had social anxiety, it even grew more throughout. Yeah, exactly, through the pandemic, because we weren't seeing a lot of people. We were indoors. You know what I mean? And how do you feel about that? Have you experienced it before, or?
So here's the thing. I don't think I've mentioned it, but like the past year, I had like 4 different jobs, and every single, like, I've gotten to the point where every single job to me, it's like, if it doesn't work out, oh well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just kind of like, if it's meant to be, then all right, and if it's not, then oh well. Like, I used to get anxiety thinking like, oh shit, like I'm gonna go to a job like this and that. But now I just feel like I can't control what happens. Like, I can't control the people that I meet. I can't control the job. Like, at the end of the day, like, if I like it, I'll stay, and if I don't, I'll just get myself out of it. Like, it's not gonna be something permanent, and at the end of the day, like, it's up to me if I'm willing to like put myself out there, or like let my anxiety take over.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think that's a great mentality to have. And this past job that I was at too, that's how I went into, and I felt like I didn't have anxiety as I did in my previous jobs, because I think the biggest thing, especially when it comes to job, is you thinking, oh, I'm gonna be here forever, and everything has to work out perfectly, or like you don't see yourself doing anything else. You know what I mean? But just to briefly talk about it, I do start a new job tomorrow, and it's a dream job. Like, it's a dream position, it's a dream pay, and it's a dream company to be at. So like for me today, I'm feeling anxiety, and I think it's because I really, really want this job to work out. That's the thing. Like, other jobs is kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go, but it's like whatever. Yeah. Like, if it doesn't work out, then I can bounce. Yeah. But this one, it's like, because today I was having anxiety, and I'm like, dude, you don't even start your job until tomorrow, so why are you like anxious already? Yeah. But like, we'll briefly talk about it later too, but you kind of have to like discover like what's the root of the problem, like what's causing this anxiety. And I literally sat on my couch, and I'm like, why am I so anxious if I don't even start today? And I was like, the thing is that I really want this job, and I really want it to work out. So like, and then my mind just starts racing. Like, who, like your coworkers, like who am I gonna meet? Because I'm working in an office setting, so it's more like personal. You're gonna be with these people like 24/7. Like, you know what I mean?
You're gonna have to eventually like get to know them, but
exactly, I like. Get it. And it's like, okay, this company that I'm going to, it's like a younger generation. It's more like it's more me, and I'm like, I want to feel good there. So I think that's where my anxiety comes from. Like, I really want this job, so I want it to work out. So
it will.
Yeah, but it's just like, oh, dude, like I hate the whole like being the new girl, being introduced to like coworkers, fucking even, dude, I was like tripping about like, oh my gosh, should I take like my little notebooks? Like, I overthink everything because I'm like, I really want it, and I really want it to work out. But besides workplace, I've also had like anxiety with like meeting other girls, or like a new friends group. And I think I talked to you about this because not too long ago, like I went on a trip with my comadre, and she it was like a girls trip, and she took her friends, right? She went with her friends, and she invited me. So I was like the +1 type of thing. And I was telling Jackie,
but it's okay.
I was telling Jackie, like, I think a couple days before, I was like, dude, like, I know I have a good personality. I know people like me. It's just other people seem to, like, not like that I have a good personality, so it clashes. You know what I mean?
I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're not gonna people please them. Like,
exactly.
If they like you, then they're gonna like you, and if they don't, then oh well.
Yeah. Like, and then, like, me coming from somebody who doesn't... I have friends, but it's not, like, a big old group. Like, like, I have, like... I was telling my family yesterday, you guys are literally my friends. Like, you guys are my friends group. So it's, like, when I'm branching out... And I love... Don't get it twisted. I love branching out, talking to new people, learning, like, their life, new experiences. But it's, like, that little thing of, like, oh, fuck, like... If you don't basically exercise your social bar, how are you going to get to the point of you picking up a conversation like this? And that's where I'm like, okay, you know what, you have anxiety, but just fucking do it. And then look, like, now I made like 5 new friends, so it's like, if I would have stopped myself, this would have never happened.
Because you had mentioned that you didn't want to go.
I was like, hesitant because I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't know, like, it's a new friend group. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so even in like social like groups, I just feel like, oh my God, like, and I even asked on our Instagram, like, how do you guys overcome like your anxiety when going into a new environment, right? And you can tell me, how do you feel about like social like events? Do you get anxiety still, like meeting new people or hanging out with a new group? How comfortable are you with like pulling up by yourself though, not with nobody else?
Okay, by myself, yeah, like I'll be shy in the beginning, but I feel like once I get to know you and once I get to like be myself around you, then I'm like, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or you feel like I can be myself, like,
yeah,
I don't have to be somebody that I'm not, which
right.
I never tend to do, but it's like, what I mean by that is like, if I pull up to a group, I'm fucking bubbly, like I laugh, I talk shit, I, you know, whatever. And if I pull up to a group but you're kind of like apretada and you're sangrona, I'm like
that. Yeah,
I
won't fuck with you like that.
and then I'm like, how do I excuse myself? Like, how do I remove? And back then, if you would have asked Ellie like a year ago, I would have been like, no, I'll just stay there and like put up with it.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like, no, like I am going to remove myself, and if you think it's fucking rude, then it's fucking rude. Like, but respectfully, like, I don't like your vibe, type of stuff. So it's like, I guess there's a lot of different ways to have like anxiety in new environments. But the main one today is going to be about like jobs, because it's a big part of our life right now. So I went on Google and I read some articles. And then I also asked you to write down 3 tips.
Yeah, I actually have 4.
4? Okay. Yeah. So let's just go over the tips first. Okay. So one of my big ones is, if like, for example, if I know it's like my first day at the job, I don't drink any coffee, because
that's one of the ones that I have.
Oh yeah, because coffee triggers my fucking anxiety like crazy. Even today I had a coffee because I slept till 2 a.m. and I woke up at 5:30, and I know I had to film, so I'm like, I'm gonna drink a coffee, right? And then the whole personal life happening, and then this, and then the coffee, I was on the fucking couch like shaking. And I'm like, dude, I fucking hate this feeling. So I know on my first day, I don't drink any caffeinated drinks. Like, I'd rather have a tea. My second one is, like I mentioned before, is just trace your anxiety to the source. So what is triggering it? Like, what is the problem? Like, and again, I sat on my couch and I was like, why are you so anxious? And the main thing that came up was like, it's because you're starting a new job tomorrow and you're scared, like you're nervous. And I was like, but why are you nervous? And I'm like, I'm nervous because I really want this job. Like, I really would want to stay here for a while. So again, trace like where your anxiety is coming from, like the root of the problem. Right. And then my third tip is, tell me if this is crazy and let me know if you do this, but I like practice my routine ahead of time. And I allow myself extra time to make sure like I don't have anxiety. Oh, okay. Like, for example, you know, the job that I'm gonna start is really close to my house, but I'm still like, okay, I can get there in 10 minutes, but I'm gonna give myself 30 minutes so I can not have anxiety of being late. Or I can stop by and grab a tea, or, you know, just have like a chill morning. If you do everything like basically back to back to where you wake up just in time to make it to work,
you're gonna get there late.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have anxiety because you're on the fucking road, like road raging, and it's just not a good morning. Right. So allow yourself to have some time to relax, make your tea, pet your dog, look at yourself in the mirror for like 15 minutes, do some meditation, manifest like a good fucking day, and then like days prior, like make sure you're like, okay, is everything good to go? Right. Like even the night before, like I'll put out my outfit. Like I'll put on my outfit, or I'll like iron it, or, you know, pack my lunch. Little steps that you can do to like make your morning easier when you go to your first day. Yeah. So those are my 3.
Your 3? Okay. Yeah. So for mine, I'm pretty sure there was 2. Which is the one that you had already said, learn what triggers your anxiety. And then the second one would be like limit your alcohol as well, or caffeine. Yeah. And then my third one, which is the one that I had previously said, and that one is accept that you cannot control everything.
Yeah, I love that one.
You know, put your stress in perspective. Is it really as bad as you think? So,
yeah,
like I said, like at the end of the day, you can't control what happens. Be prepared, and if it doesn't work out, then it's not the end of the world. Like
there's gonna be more
jobs out there. Like me, like I don't think I've mentioned it, but I've been having a hard time, finding a job that I like. And ever since I left my previous job for like, because I was in that job for 4 years, and it took me so long to finally decide to quit because it was just not a healthy environment.
It's toxic.
It was a toxic ass environment that I just decided to just fucking leave and, see what happens. And literally I've gotten like 4 different jobs, and I've went in thinking like, oh yeah, this is gonna be my job, but then it didn't work out. And at the end of the day, I'm just like, okay, if it didn't work out, it's for a reason.
There's something bigger coming, or something that's gonna benefit you more.
So I'm just like, I have now this mentality of like, oh, if I get a job, it's a job. Like, like if I get it, okay, and if I don't, then it's okay. Like,
on to the next. Yeah.
But
and also, like, just to go based off like what Jackie said, I think like, for example, I mentioned like anxiety of like, thinking like my coworkers no le voy a caer bien type of stuff.
Yeah.
But the mentality to go into that is kind of like, well, if I don't, then I don't. I'm still gonna be there and do my job. You know what I mean? So again, like, I really, really love that tip that you gave. So yeah, that one was good.
Yeah, I like that one.
Is there any, like, I know you mentioned the one that you said where it's like have you had any personal experiences with those tips at all? Like, can you,
with the ones that we had just talked about?
Yeah, like a personal experience.
I think the caffeine one.
Yeah.
The caffeine one is more of like, I get very jittery and I can't stop moving. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but like whenever I get nervous or I have anxiety, my legs shake.
Yes, I fucking hate it, dude.
Like,
I'm like, I want to hit it.
I can't stop because I'm anxious, and that's the only way. But the thing is that's the only way where I can calm myself down.
Like, move yourself.
I can like be like, okay, like I'm moving myself, because I get very frustrated when I'm like in one certain like spot. So me just being able to move myself and like feel like I'm okay, like that's what I can do. Like,
and a lot of people actually have that, like, a lot. I think like 95% of people, like humans, do that. Yuppie does that. Literally my entire family does that. And anytime they're sitting next to me, I'm like, I hit their fucking leg and I'm like, stop, like, you're making me anxious, like, oh my god. And then I noticed that me and my dad, instead of the leg thing, we'll go like this to our nails. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but anytime I'm anxious, I'll play with my fingers and I'll like flick my nail. And my dad does the exact thing. So it's kind of like the leg thing. But a lot of people do the leg thing. Yeah. A lot. Or a lot of people start biting like the inside of their mouths. Ooh. Like the skin.
I've seen people like chewing their nails.
Oh, that's another anxious like thing. Yeah, that one's.
But mine's is the leg. But I feel like I've learned how to like cope with it and learned how to like, I guess, like, de-stress myself by moving myself.
I've noticed that about you a lot. Yeah. Like, there's been times where I, like, want to hit it, but I'm like...
hit me! No, but that's...
No, because I think... Yeah. Because I'm so, like, I mentioned before, like, I can tell, like, I read, and I feel it. So it's like, when you're anxious, it makes me anxious. And I'm like, stop! Like, you're making the whole room anxious now. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's, like, one of those things. But it's not only with you. Like, it's not, like, a bunch of people that I know, so... But
I think the last one would be just practicing to like taking a like breathing in, breathing out.
That one's really good.
Because I feel like a lot of the time, like when you do those exercises, I feel like it de-stresses yourself, it de-stresses your mind, like you're more like
woosah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, people, you're gonna think like, what the fuck, breathing exercises are not gonna fucking help me.
No, it helps.
But trust me, it helps. Like, I'll be in the car and I'm like, relax, especially because I have asthma, so I'm like, dude, chillax. Like
your little asthma thing. Do you even have one of those?
I do, but I give them away to my dad because it's rare when I have like an asthma attack. But I should be carrying one, pero
yeah, you should.
Tell me why when you went like that, I thought you meant smoking a blunt.
Oh my god.
So in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be at the job smoking a joint, like hella.
You're gonna be high at your first job.
My first day. No, but yeah, those are really good tips. I also did find an article and just kind of want to go briefly over it and just discuss what we think. So
Also, let us know like what are some of the things that you guys do that that can eventually like help us out too.
Yeah, I asked on the Instagram too, so
okay.
I'll post whatever you guys say.
Yeah.
So okay, so they basically, I'm just gonna read it. They said anxiety comes in all shapes and sizes. As with other mental states such as depressions, individuals with occasionally who occasionally have anxious feelings do not necessarily need to be clinically diagnosed. And that's so fucking true, because I honestly feel like 99% of the United States have anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's in our food. I think it's in the fucking medicine we take.
Yeah.
Like, the way we eat. I think all those hormones have caused us to all have anxiety.
Right.
So, if your anxiety stems from a new environment, home, work, or a gym, those feelings are generally pretty common and can be kept at bay with a little effort. So, some tips. They basically said just accept it.
Yeah.
We already know that suppression is one of the worst ways of dealing with anxiety. So you're going to a new place, and unless you're cut from an extremely rare cloth, you're going to be nervous. And that actually, hearing that and reading that has helped me out a lot, because I often feel like alone when I'm going to a new job, and I'm like, dude, like, am I the only one that feels this way?
No, there's people out there that probably feel like that.
Yeah, so I'm like, it really helps knowing that you're not alone, and everybody on their first day feels some sort of nervousness, unless they're like fucking perfect. Right. And don't feel shit,
you know? But I don't think that, well, I don't know. I can't really say.
Yeah. Another one is you put out what you put in.
Yeah.
So some people tend to reach for substances with anxiety when anxiety is overflowing. So coffee, cigarettes, and alcohol. Same thing we kind of spoke about. So eating healthy can keep the mind steady, helping you shed anxiety.
I've seen that one, yeah.
So in the mornings, like, instead of coffee, switch it out for a tea. Have a good breakfast. Like, I make sure I eat my granola, my yogurt, and my freaking tea, and it just relaxes me.
I gotta like switch my mentality to that, because I drink coffee literally every single day.
Fuck no, dude.
And it's gotten to the point where if I don't drink it, my head starts to hurt so bad.
You have like withdrawals and stuff?
So I'm just like this the whole time.
Yeah. I used to be like that too. Pero hold on, one more. And then the other one is find a mentor. So odds are there will be a few people in your new environment who make you feel comfortable immediately. Don't be afraid to thank them for making you feel welcomed. So if you do find somebody at your job who's kind of like really welcoming, and you don't feel like those like weird new girl vibes or new boy vibes, like, thank them and be like, hey, like, I really appreciate you being by my side on my first day. It helps me feel like good. And right. I guess also this goes hand in hand with the workplace that you're going to, because if you are, because I know a lot of people in the Latino community kind of just get jobs to get by, and that's really sad, but that's just what it is. It's what it is. We don't get jobs, or our parents don't get jobs because they feel good doing it, or it's their long like career like choice, you know what I mean? It's kind of like we just go with it, and whatever we could grasp onto is what we get, right? And it's sad, but it's our reality. But you know, with the newer generation like us, and then also our siblings, we have options, and we're so blessed that we do, because even sitting here and being like, oh, well, I'm able to go to a job, and if I don't like it, then I'm gonna look for another one. Yeah. Our parents don't have those choices. So when it's really like, me and Jackie talk about it, especially right now through the phase that we were going through, where like Jackie's looking for a job, or like I found a job but I wasn't 100% happy, and I found a better opportunity. Me and you talked about it, and we were like, we can't really talk to our parents about stuff like this. Like, remember when I came to you and I was like, how do I tell my parents that I'm starting a new job? They're paying me more. It's closer to my house. It just benefits me way better. Like, I just felt like my parents were going to be like, dude, you're already like, you're already set at that job. They're paying you good, and just stay there. I felt afraid. Because I'm like, me van a regañar.
I know, but at the end of the day, like, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you and your significant other. And at the end of the day, like, if they don't like it, then it's gonna benefit you. It's not gonna benefit them.
Exactly. Yeah. And I didn't want to tell them. Like, I was like,
I know you were nervous. Like, oh, I don't know what my dad's gonna tell me. Because don't get me wrong. Like, same thing with me. Like, I haven't told my parents that I had quit my previous job, so they don't know. So now I'm just like,
you just don't want to get regañada, dude.
They be telling me like crap, and I'm like, I don't need this. I don't need the negativity. Like, I don't. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, it's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. I can get another job. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, but I totally understand where they're coming from, because for them, like I said, it's just grasping onto whatever they could, and for us, we sound so privileged and so like spoiled when we say like, oh, well, we'll just get another job. To them. To us, it's kind of like we're in a society and a generation where your mental health goes over like your wage, or like, we're so blessed that we can do stuff like that, because we have resources like EDD or whatever, like we have help, and they don't. So we totally understand where that comes from. But as a newer generation, like my siblings, I make sure they know that this shit is not handed to me. Okay, rude.
I know. This shit was getting so good.
What was I saying? I always forget. Oh, saying about my siblings.
Yeah.
So always make sure they know, like, these fucking jobs are not handed to you easily. Like, you have to put in the work. You have to go to the interviews. You have to do this. You have to do that. Work on your resume. But if you're not happy there and they're fucking treating you like shit, no. Then fuck no. Yeah, get up and go. Mm-hmm. Get up and go, because trust me, as fast as they hired you, they're going to hire somebody else, and they're going to replace you. So it's not worth it. Whether you're going through, like, mental, like, pain or like physical, you know what I mean? So I just thought this topic was really important, and since we're going through it, I was like, it's perfect for us to talk about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to follow the podcast,
and then the YouTube at This Latina Needs Therapy 2.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Duh. Are you guys commenting or not? Like, I see your comments.
I know. And then also make sure you go leave us a review on Apple Podcast. I seen one today, so shout out to you. I'll repost you on the story. But other than that, I think that's it. My Instagram is La Niña Fresa,
and then mine's is Spanish Horchata,
and then everything else is at This Latina Needs Therapy 2, except our TikTok. You guys know already.
Guys, our TikTok blew up again. I just want to put that out there.
We're kind of TikTok famous.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I can't wait to talk to you guys next week. And until then, don't forget to stay safe,
stay sane,
peace. Bye.
Take it easy. Peace out.